And now, it's time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. A show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s around the world. I'm Mozette, and here's your host and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Island Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, thank you, Mozette, and welcome to episode 626, the 5th season finale and Fan Jammy Award edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, as we get ready to close the door on the 2018 Seattle Seahawks football season. And what can I tell you? I guess all good seasons must come to an end, and hopefully our finale will be a little bit better than the NFL's finale, because that's Super Bowl. But anyway, more on that later. First, let's see who's here for the finale. Oh, look. It's our Shadowhawk Will. Hi, Will.
Hi, Moses. How are you?
I'm pretty good. The kids aren't talking to you. There they go. Hey, there you go. What's going on? How you been? You survived a snowpocalypse, by the way?
Yeah, I've been snowed in all week, but I managed to get to the store for provisions, so I didn't have to eat the cat.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. We don't want you eating any pussy on this show. And then, of course, look, it's Statsman Mark. Mark!
Oh,
hello.
How are you, Mark?
I am all of a sudden thinking tender vittles. And whatnot. I'm doing well.
Meow.
Today, Dustin had some pretty exciting news. My news lately is just a reminder of getting old, because I was with I'm learning new words, big words, because I was with the endocrinologist today.
Ooh.
And to discuss the parathyroid gland and where these kidney stones are coming from.
Oh, no.
So,
endocrinologist deals with the endocrine system, people.
But I tried to, I wanted to be a good patient.
Hence the name. Yes.
And spice it up. So afterwards I said, hey, doc, and this is a female, by the way. I guess I need to clarify. Anyway, I said, doc, would you like to have a cup of coffee sometime? She said, not for anything under 500 tokens. I'm like, son, how the heck did she know? But anyway, so
the endocrinologist knows anything.
There was that long of a buildup for another token.
That was good. So. That was good. And you got a nice little out of it. So, hey, and we talked about Dustin. Dustin is here. Hi, Dustin.
Hello, everybody.
How are you surviving the snowpocalypse?
Oh, it's fine, man. It's full panic. It's not nearly as bad as it was hyped up to be. So.
And how is our favorite mascot, Kona? Our 12-Man Fan Jam Show official mascot.
She's good. She's passed out by the fireplace on the living room. Yeah, she's doing great.
Fantastic. Well, tell her we all said hi. And, of course, sadly, the yin to my yang, Matt from Aeroding, could not be with us this evening. He discovered that he and Sierra were going to wear the same thing to the award show, and he just refuses to change. So that's too bad. But we wish Matt the very best, and I know he'll be on the next show, which will be our first one of the 7th season in about a month. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get the end of this season started. Gentlemen, let's get to it, shall we? Oh, Fergie.
Let's get it started in here.
Yes, the show is run The show is run just like a real NFL football game, when I can speak. We have 4 quarters and even a halftime. Quarter 1 will be Shadowhawk Will with the news. Quarter 2, we're going to do an edition of There Can Be Only One, where we take 2 potential free agents from the Seahawks, and we keep one and we let one fly away free. At halftime, it is the 6th annual 12-Man Fan Jam Show Awards, or the Fan Jammies. So you want to stay tuned for that. That's always fun. Our year-end awards. Quarter 3, we're going to talk about some possible things to say yay or nay to in another edition of Yay or Nay. And in 4th quarter, we're going to say thank you and goodbye for the 6th season. But we will be back in about a month, right around the beginning of talking about the NFL draft for episode 701. The 7th season of our show will start in about a month. But we're going to end it tonight on this show. But before we start, please like, share, subscribe to Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Join us on our Facebook group, 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We do a lot of stuff in the off-season on there. We're also on Twitter and email. Let us know what you think, and let's go ahead and get to the first quarter and news. Yes, news from around the NFL with our news hound Will. It's the 12-Man Fan Jam Show news report brought to you on this episode by the sponsor, the Tom Brady Ring Tree, capable of holding more rings than you can count. Bill Belichick armless coat hanger sold separately. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, this one, I think Statsman Mark will appreciate this one. The Rams were only the second team in Super Bowl history, as it turns out, to only score 3 points in a Super Bowl.
Yes.
The first team was the Miami Dolphins, who lost to the Cowboys 24-3 in Super Bowl VI. And it was a result that seemingly nobody expected, considering the Rams' offensive output this season. Well, apparently somebody did expect it. According to Mitch Moss of the Vegas Stats and Information Network, somebody bet $250 that the Rams would be held to a field goal.
Yep.
That bet was 400 to 1 odds, so the wager paid out $100,000.
Sweet.
Wow.
So, you know this guy was sweating bullets because if you remember on the Rams' last drive, they lined up for a long field goal that would have made it 13-6.
Right.
Yep.
If Zerline had made that field goal, he would have lost out on $100,000.
Wow.
But what's great is that for him to be sitting there like in his adult diapers waiting. The nice thing for him, as soon as Zerline hit that ball, you knew right away it was no good. There was no there was no like it's not like he sliced it. Now it's hooking a little bit. It might go in, and it didn't. The only thing would be better is if he did it. If he who's the Chicago Bears kicker? Parkey or some
Cody Parkey.
Yeah, if he Parkey'd it and hit both like the crossbar or the upright, then the crossbar and it missed. Boy, he would have a heart attack right there.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I don't know if you've seen there's video. Fox Sports had a live broadcast of the Super Bowl, and they had our old buddy TJ Houshmandzadeh on. You know Houshmandzadeh, don't you, Will? Of course you do. You have a jersey of his, don't you, Will?
I did.
You did? So anyway, Houshmandzadeh was in an office pool, and he proudly proclaimed at the beginning of the game that he was in an office pool. You get random squares, and he had 13-3, and he was going to get $15,000 if the score was 13-3. And of course, they all laughed about it. And then it got to the fourth quarter when it was 13-3, and the video of him as they line up for that field goal, and he's like, he can't believe they're going for the field goal, and everybody's going, no, TJ, this is the right thing to do. He's like, it's going to cost me $15,000, and he's mad, and he's legitimately pissed off as he's looking at the camera, and the look on his face when they miss it is absolutely priceless. It's hysterical. If you have not seen it, it's amazing. But TJ Houshmandzadeh had 13-3, and he got $15,000.
I want to know what kind of office he works in where the pool is $15,000 for that kind of thing.
I know. Yeah. Who knows?
Well, cut the guy some slack. He had to buy his watch back from Jim Mora.
He did.
He did.
He did. That was a great story. Well, what else you got for us?
Well, Moses, this one's a little different. I'm going to tell you this news story. I'm going to leave out the name of the person involved and see if you can guess it, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The New England Patriots championship parade, a player was actually injured during the parade. Fans were celebrating. You'd think they'd be used to this by now, but no, they were still getting into it. And during the parade, fans were tossing players cans of beer. So that they could share in the moment, chug a beer or whatnot, have fun. One of the fans threw it a little too hard, though. The player in question said, quote, "I moved back a little. I'm just chilling, looking, and pop. You see that? Full beer can right to the face. I was bleeding all over the parade on the duck boat." The player in question had a cut near his eyebrow, but it wasn't serious, and he was able to finish the parade and have fun.
Wow.
Which player was this, Moses?
I'm going to hope. I don't know who it is, but I'm going to take a hope here, and I hope, and I know that Lil Mo, if he's listening, he's going to say the same thing. The person we hope got hurt was Julian Edelman. No!
I definitely have a guess, too.
What is your guess, Dustin?
Gronk. Party boy.
Hey!
Correct. It was Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I saw that article.
I didn't see that. Gronk hit with beer.
That's hilarious.
Gronk hit with beer. Ow.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, But beer's
Whoa.
still good.
Beer's
Right,
still
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yum. Wow.
Should've
That's
just
too bad. I was
poured it
hoping to
in
be
the wound to
Edelman,
clean it
but
out.
you can't have everything.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
know
all
the
good,
guy.
though.
Super Bowls.
I know the guy had a good Super Bowl and all, but I still don't like him. Okay. But and also, Will, just on a side note here, someone got a job. Do you want to share that? This is kind of a bonus story.
Yes, as I said earlier today, our long national nightmare is over. Former Lions offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter has another job in the NFL.
Jim Bob back in the NFL. Yeehaw!
He is now the running backs coach for Adam Gaze's New York Jets. So
Jim Bob back in the NFL, baby.
hopefully he'll be able to land another job in 2020 when Adam Gaze is fired.
A personal favorite of the 12-Man Fan Jam show, and that's ironic. Our last show is recorded, and he gets that job. Now, I think there's something going on there.
It's fate.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
I'm just saying, a little fate maybe. All right. Well, y'all, I guess it's time to end the first quarter. What do you say?
Well, right
Thank
about
you, Will,
then,
for
them
the
Duke
news,
boys
y'all.
showed up.
About time them Duke boys showed up. Will, thanks for the news.
Anytime. Yeah.
That's the end of the first quarter. Yeehaw!
It's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
All right. Coming up on this special 6th season finale of your 12-Man Fan Jam show, the Halftime Fan Jammy Awards. But right now, in the second quarter coming up, we decide who stays and who goes in a free agent Seahawk version of There Can Be Only One. Right after this.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Go to a store, buy a hat, and get ready to hold that onto it. We're not kidding.
Holy shit, it's the second quarter.
All right, it's the second quarter of the season finale of your 12-Man Fan Jam show, and we've had a great year. The Seahawks had a great year. We're looking forward to the next year, and our first show of the 7th season will be coming out about the middle of March. It's beginning or middle of March, around that time. We'll talk a little bit more in detail about the free agents, and by then, right before free agency signing begins, I believe, we'll have a show first half of March. So look for 701 there. But right now we're at 626. In the second quarter of this final episode of the 6th season, we decided that all the pending free agents in a Seahawk uniform, we're going to take them and we're going to put 2 of them together, and we're going to say, we like you guys, but unfortunately, there can be only one.
There can be only one. Oh my.
Yes, there can be only one, where I make the posse choose between 2 Seattle Seahawk free agents, keeping one happily at Seattle and sending the other one on his merry little way to be a free agent wherever he wants to go, never to return again. So we will start with Dustin. Dustin, are you ready?
Yep, I'm
Dustin?
so ready.
Are you really ready?
Really, really ready. Like, really ready.
Good, because there can be only one.
There can be only one. Oh my.
Dustin, there can be only one. Justin Coleman or Nico Thorpe? Justin Coleman or Nico
Ooh.
Thorpe? Yeah.
I think I like Coleman better as a player, but I also think he's going to be the more expensive of the 2.
Okay.
So I'll say let's keep Nico Thorpe because I think he'll be a better value price-wise.
Keeping Nico. Will?
I would have to go with Coleman. I've been saying all year that I wanted the team to re-sign him before he got to free agency. I think he's worth it. The guy's just a very good slot corner, and given the offenses in the league today, you need a very good slot corner.
That's a tough one because he's a slot corner, but then Nico is such a special teams demon. I go with Nico just because of that, but I hopefully both would be nice, but we won't go there. All right. Will?
That's not even the name of the game.
I know. We can't get. There can only be both. There can only be one. Will, are you ready?
Yes, I picked Frank Clark over Sebastian Janikowski.
All right, we're done. Next.
Good
Okay,
call.
here.
That was a tough one, too.
There can be only one.
There can be only one. Oh my.
There can be only one. Frank Clark or DJ Fluker?
Ooh. I love DJ Fluker. I love what he's done, but you got to go Frank Clark. I think we'd have an easier time replacing a guard than we would somebody who's one of the better pass rushers in this league. And given that we still need some pass rush help, losing Clark would be a huge step back. I got to take Clark.
All right. Statsman Mark, you agree with that?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's for sure a no-brainer. And I guess they are likely to tag Clark.
And he seems okay with that.
Yeah,
he said, "I'll play that, and then we can get a good year deal." It's so refreshing to hear a player go, "If you tag me, that's okay. We'll work on a deal." I'm like, "Wow."
What does he
$15 million a year? Come on, the guy's got to eat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he seems to be open to it, like from what I've read. Am I right? Like what I've read is, if you tag me, that's cool. We'll work on a deal.
Yeah. Honestly, I think a lot of them are kind of open to it right now because there's a looming CBA renegotiation around the corner. So if you're tied up too long, you're not going to be able to reap the benefits of what's going on the other side of those negotiations.
Yeah.
What's the tag number for him? Anyone have an idea? Would it be 18 million? Is it like getting up that high, or is it?
I want to say.
I don't think
15,
it's quite that
know.
high. Yeah, I think it's.
If we gave him
15 to 17.
If we gave him the exclusive rights franchise, which is the top 5 of 2019 salaries at his position,
right,
that would probably be 18 or 19. I think the regular franchise would be 16 or 17.
Okay.
Well,
I know he wants to be here, so and I want him to get it done. I don't want him to have to go to a franchise, but I want him here forever. But we all know that. All right, Statsman Mark.
Steve.
There can be only one.
There can be only one. Oh my.
This one's interesting. There could be only one, Mike Davis or Brett Hundley. Two backups, backup quarterback, backup running back. Which one would you rather keep?
You know what? Even though he's older, I like Davis.
Okay.
I think we actually need to, well, I mean, how crucial is a backup QB, but I'd like to see us maybe, keep looking anyway in terms of that. But yeah, I mean, I got to go with I like Davis, what he said. I know he's going to be. I know he's going to be more and more phased out. But I mean, when he got his chances, he was solid.
Him a lot. I agree. Dustin, Davis or Hundley?
Yeah, I'd probably go Davis too. He actually makes an impact on the field, and you can always find a vet on the cheap to be your backup quarterback. So,
yeah, like Paxton Lynch. Will, Davis or Hundley?
I forgot.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Davis, and part of it is because we did sign Paxton Lynch, and the guy didn't do anything in Denver, but he's got potential, and maybe you bring him in and he can be halfway decent.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Okay, this last one is kind of a special one. There can be only one, and I'll start with Dustin on this one. There can be only one.
There can be only one.
Is this like which Avenger you want to come back in Endgame?
Yeah. There can be only one, Dustin. Leonardo or... No, I'm kidding. This is a special one. There you go. There can be only one, Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner, because we all know they're getting that last year of the contract. So let's go ahead and be stupid here and say we can't re-sign both. Who would you re-sign?
Really a reach.
Yeah, it's a real reach. But Russell Wilson or Bobby Wagner?
It's got to be Russell Wilson. The team goes as far as the quarterback goes. Defensive play, especially with a guy like Pete Carroll and his defensive mind, you can find players to go in there and groom them and be able to make plays. Might not play at the level of Bobby Wagner and probably wouldn't, but I think there'd be more drop-off with a quarterback if we lost Russell Wilson.
Yeah, and probably 0% chance of this happening. But, Russell Wilson or Bobby Wagner?
Wilson, though, I'd be heartbroken to see Wagner go anywhere.
Amen. Sassman Mark?
Well, keep this in mind. If Wilson leaves, we could always get Nick Foles. Thank you. So,
that's not going to help us the first 3 months of the year.
He said Nick Foles.
Hey,
all right.
Christian Eagles in Flight afternoon football delight. Now, let's see. There we go. Well, of course, you got to keep. It's already been written, so
Yeah, it's got to be Russell.
So let it be.
I'm sorry. Bobby's a great player. Bobby's a fantastic player. I would be very sad. And honestly, they're actually starting to whisper that yellow jacket about Bobby Wagner, which I think is fantastic. And I think is a really, really, really good shot.
He's
But-
allergic to wasps.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
he'd be a first ballot if he were playing for the New York Giants
I know.
or the NFC
Well,
East.
I think
you
he's
know
still got a
that.
good chance because of the fame of the LOB, which brought attention to the defense. But anyway, the fact that he's being mentioned for that is totally justified, and I love Bobby Wagner, but Russell Wilson, when you have a position like quarterback, and it's like once in a generation you get a guy like this, I'm sorry. You just...
Unless you're Green Bay.
Yeah. Or apparently, Indianapolis also, but
right.
No, but
you get a franchise quarterback, you keep a franchise quarterback. It's that simple.
It really is that simple. All right, that was pretty good. Now let's simply go to halftime.
Holy shit, it's halftime.
Coming up, we have a lot more show left. Does ramming it all year take a toll on you? Is Tom Brady a cyborg? What did the city of Atlanta do to deserve a Super Bowl like that? All these answers and more just around the corner. But coming up, it's the 6th annual 12-Man Fan Jam Show Awards, and they are next!
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Yes! Live from, everywhere pretty much. It is your 6th annual 12-Man Fan Jam Show Awards.
Of the world.
And I'm your master of ceremonies, Moses, and we're here to salute another great Seahawks season by taking the best of the very best and giving them a fan jammy. All right, let's hear it for the fan jammies. There it is, yes. Thank you all very much. So glad you could all be here. You all look great. You really do. Oh, okay, that's enough. Just stop. You don't have to keep getting ridiculous. All right. Hey, listen, I'm so glad everyone is here. Anyone could be here because anywhere is better than sitting and watching that crappy stink of a Super Bowl. Am I right? Huh? Am I right? I mean,
yes,
indeed.
That game was the Sandra Bernhardt of Super Bowls, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is.
Sandra Bernhardt, Super Bowls. Two Lee teams battling it out. Ugg Lee and Home Lee. Yes. That was terrible. Put together, kids. Lee's. Okay. The Super Bowl was so bad.
How bad was it?
Yes, the Super Bowl was so bad. Fans leaving the stadium were given sympathy cards. Oh, yes. Seriously. But who can blame the Rams or the Patriots? I mean, the Wayne team has to go meet Trump, and who wants that? I don't. All right. Well, look, I see the posse made it to the awards show. I see Will's here. Hi, Will.
No dance numbers this year, right?
No dance numbers. I see you in your jammies.
Woohoo!
And this beats an evening at home sprinkling catnip on your toes so the cat'll tickle you, doesn't it?
Most things do, really.
Yes. Statsman Mark's here. I see. Hi, Statsman Mark.
Hello.
There he is, Statsman Mark. Mark's had a rough year physically.
Yeah. Well, at least I for the first time in my life, Dennis, I have big stones. So
it's true.
There was some comfort in that.
And it's been so bad that he and CJ Prosize have spent the year comparing notes. It's just been awful.
Ooh.
It's sad.
Bam.
I've turned into CJ Prosize. Now I know I'm getting old.
It's sad. Mark went to Vegas this year, probably to meet his token girls, and you can see that adventure in next week's episode of Catfish on MTV. Yeah, it's a 2-hour special, so you don't want to miss that. Hey, look, Dustin's here. Hi, Dustin.
Hey, how's it
I
going?
think he's here. Dustin, stand up. Oh, wait, you are. So, hey, Dustin, I'm sorry. He's so short, he can win a limbo competition without even ducking. It's amazing.
There's money in that, so.
Yeah. He has our mascot, Kona, the 12-Man Fan Jam Show honorary mascot of court. She's perfect for us because she lacks discipline and has to spend the night in a crate when she's bad. Yeah.
Yep. She does.
Kona has about as much discipline as Sebastian Janikowski on a 2-for-1 vodka shot night at the local bar.
Ooh.
Not a lot.
The night before a game.
Yeah. So, okay, before we start the actual awards, I want to tell you how the winners were chosen. Now, People all around the world voted for their favorites in each of the categories given, and those votes were then tabulated. The list of winners was then placed in a sealed envelope. That envelope was then placed in an old empty peanut butter jar and then put into a locked safe. That safe was then placed inside a larger safe and transported to the tiny Republic of Togo and buried in their military military cemetery under an unmarked grave. It was then dug up in the middle of the night by a grave digger named Joe and flown in by private jet to Seattle, Washington, and placed at the top of the Space Needle. From there, it was picked up and sent across the country by drone to Seahawk Positivity Productions, where it was then placed in by me in a room without windows to sit protected by a box of starving, crazed wiener dogs. I threw 10 pounds of uncooked bacon into the box to distract the starved, crazed wiener dogs, and as they were devouring the meat, I gently tiptoed in the room, grabbed the envelope, and brought it here with me to the award show. So, our first award of the evening goes to Offensive Player of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year. And no, I'm sorry, Le'Veon Bell is not nominated. So, Offensive Player of the Year. Our nominations were Doug Baldwin, Chris Carson, Tyler Lockett, and Russell Wilson. And the winner of the first Fan Jam award given out for Offensive Player of the Year this year goes to... It's Chris Carson! Congratulations, Chris Carson. Come on up. What? Oh, he's not here. Okay. Chris isn't here, but accept the award on his behalf will be Dustin. Dustin?
Yeah, Chris couldn't be here. He wanted to be here until he realized I didn't say Grammy. He kind of told me, he said I could go ahead and accept it for him after that. He wanted to thank Darrell Bevel and Tom Cable for getting fired. He couldn't have done this without them leaving. Yeah, there you go. Couldn't have done this without them leaving. He wanted to thank Mike Solari for pointing out to the offensive line which guys they were supposed to block, because that ended up being a big help. He also wanted to thank Schottenheimer for taking the ball out of Russell's hands so much, because he didn't want to see a repeat of that Super Bowl play.
Oh.
And lastly, he wanted to point out that he would have been the leading rusher in the league this year if they'd stopped giving so many of his touches to, and I quote, those other scrubs.
Oh, the scrubs. Congratulations, Chris Carson. All right. Our next award is time now for Defensive Player of the Year, and a player who would stop teams from scoring. Again, surprisingly, Blair Walsh not nominated here. Sebastian Janikowski also not on this list, but Defensive Player of the Year is either Frank Clark, Bradley McDougald, Jerron Reed, or Bobby Wagner. And the winner of Best Defensive Player of the Year for the Seahawks is Bobby Wagner. Congratulations, Bobby. Come on up, buddy. Bobby Wagner, come on. Oh, Bobby's not here. Well, that's okay. He's not here this evening, folks, because he's off in his off-season job being bodyguard for Lady Gaga. So, accepting that award for Bobby Wagner will be Will. Will, come on up and accept that award.
Hi, I accept this award on Bobby Wagner's behalf, and he wanted me to thank his teammates, particularly KJ Wright, and he wanted to point out how well KJ played this year when healthy, how much of an asset KJ has been to the team, and to reiterate one more time that the Seahawks should re-sign KJ Wright and not let him leave via free agency. So go Seahawks. Thank you very much. God bless.
Excellent. Well done. Well done, Will. Congratulations, Bobby Wagner, and also nice little advertisement for your fellow teammate there. Now it's time for Celebration of the Year. Those not nominated for Celebration of the Year are people who rooted when the Cowboys were knocked out of the playoffs. That's a celebration. Also not nominated for Celebration of the Year. Anyone who celebrated Richard Sherman was burned for a touchdown. But here are the nominations for Celebration of the Year. We had the tip. We had the baseball brawl, we had the Jerron Brown dance, and we had a step over Lou, Iverson step over Lou. And the award for Best Celebration Dance was, I don't believe it, it's the Jerron Brown dance, everybody. Come on up, Jerron. Jerron's not here either. Okay. Well, Jerron's not here. He's busy in his second job. He is being an Uber for Pete Carroll. So I will accept this, and I know that if Jerron Brown was here, if he was here right now, he would say one thing. And he would say, "Get out there and dance, baby. That's right. Shake it. Go. That's what he wants you to do." Oh, God, Dustin, what the hell's that move?
Don't worry about that.
Sorry. Mark, it is a 70s song. You know what this is, Mark?
Disco Inferno.
By the?
Earth, Wind,
Kansas.
and Fire.
No, by the Tramps.
Oh, the Tramps.
And the Tramps are spelled with 2 M's. Tramps.
Mm.
You like that? Burn, baby, burn. All
Burn,
right.
baby,
Enough
burn.
of that dancing. All right, enough dancing. We're going to move on. It's now time for our next award, and that is for Game of the Year. And no, Dustin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game for Super Nintendo is not nominated for Game of the Year. I'm sorry. So just sit down.
This is bullshit.
I know.
Hey, 5 seconds. You got to bleep that out.
So we got 7 second. We got 7 second delay in this live show. All right. Game of the Year is either Seahawks against the Cowboys, Seahawks against the Raiders, Seahawks against the 49ers, or Seahawks against the Chiefs. And the winner for Game of the Year, the fan jamming, goes to Seahawks versus Chiefs. What a great game that was. And excepting for the Chiefs, who are too busy putting Patrick Mahomes in a safety net that no one can catch and keep him in safe until next season. The Chiefs, who are still looking for a defensive stop, also of some kind. I will accept this for them while they're looking for that. Thank you, me. I'd like to thank the Chiefs and Seahawks for putting on quite a show for myself and Little Mo on our only trip out to Seattle this season. I'd especially like to thank the Seahawks for winning and not ruining Christmas for Little Mo. So thanks for that. And now for Newcomer of the Year. Newcomer of the Year. And the nominations are DJ Fluker, Michael Dixon, J.R. Sweezy, and Rashad Penny. And the fan jamming for Newcomer of the Year goes to... It's that crazy Aussie, Michael Dixon. All right, Michael Dixon. And accepting this award will be Statsman Mark. Would you like to accept the award for Michael Dixon for Newcomer of the Year?
But of course.
Well, please.
Yes.
Accept the award.
Well, we all have to congratulate our foreign punter. And I still really, the goal next year for him will be, 3 drop kicks in a game for 9 points. So that's what we're...
You know what I mean? You know what my goal for him is, real quick? My goal for him is to convince Madden to put drop kicks in the game. But
that's a great idea, actually. That's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely.
They should be working on that.
Petition should be... Yeah, go ahead.
But no, and as I'm, presenting or accepting this rather, I'm eating a little bit of crow because I did not understand drafting him in the 5th round?
Yeah,
5th round,
I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Traded up.
He's our
So
third, 5th round pick.
So he lived up. He exceeded all expectations, and so congratulations to our Aussie sweep punter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know where he's from. He's from the land down under. Yeah. Little land down under. That's where Michael Dixon came from.
So he just smiled and made Mark a Vegemite sandwich.
Oh, man. Little Men at Work. My first concert, 1983, Men at Work.
Oh, is that really?
Oh, it sure was.
Dude,
Mark,
awesome.
you remember those days?
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. What was your first concert, Mark?
David Bowie.
Ah, nice.
It was a day on the green at the Oakland Coliseum with the Tubes opening.
The Tubes! Talk to you later. Great song.
Yep.
Will, what was your first concert?
Oh, gosh. I can't even remember.
Dustin?
It must have been good.
It must have been good, yeah.
Mine was anger management for when my brother turned 13. We went.
Oh, yeah, right.
We went to go see Eminem. Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Nice. Men at Work was my first concert. In Excess opened for Men at Work, believe it or not, 1983. I know, Mark is just freaking. All right. Hey, listen. Every year we make some predictions, we make some prognostications, and we give game balls to the Seahawks for every game. And we've done this for a long time. And about 3 years ago, I got this brilliant idea. I said, you know what? Let's bring 5 people in and challenge us. And we'll keep score, and it'll be fun, and we'll all enjoy it. And that same team for the third time this year played us, and they won the last two. They were looking to win the third straight. It was myself, Matt, Mark, Dustin, and Will versus Team 12, Little Mo, Jose, Mike Pascal, Tom Lewis, and of course the great Mark Ty Turner. And for the third year in a row, our 12-man Fangio Posse Prediction Challenge champion are, guess who? Yeah, they're Team 12. So congratulations.
When does the fun part start?
The third time in a row, believe it or not. And they're not here because we didn't feel like laying rub our noses into it. So, but not only that, we also give an award out for the overall champion, individual champion, and that was for Jose. Congratulations, Jose Rodriguez. He won. He did send a little something to accept. He said, "I'd like to thank you for allowing me to do this and be part of this crazy little family. I'm a champ again after Mike won last year. He's won 2 out of the last 3. Speaking of which, I'd like to thank my teammates Lomo, Mike, Tom, and Mark. You guys need Tedrick Thompson to thank you because I had handicapped myself with that prognostication all season. I would have won by more. I'll have my mother talk to him because his mom works with his mom, I think. Just kidding. Seriously, though, thanks for having me. See you all next season. God bless and go Hawks. Can we now refer to me as Julian Edelman of the podcast since he got suspended for PEDs? And while we all know what I do, it's legal in my state. Anyway, Edelman was the MVP Super Bowl, and I am the Super Bowl of the championship. So congratulations, Jose, on that. As amazing as it may seem to some people, we actually are not professionals on this show. We tend to make some mistakes and get off topic or forget our lines or have technical difficulties. And so it is with great pleasure that I present our final award of the evening for our outtake of the year. We only had 6 5-minute or more videos of outtakes from this season, which means about over 30 minutes of goose and fluffs worth saving. And this year's winner was a bit unusual. It was near the end of the season, and well, Statsman Mark had some connection problems, and it made him sound a little bit like a hamster. So our outtake of the year is Statsman Mark channels his inner chipmunk, and it sounded a little bit like this.
Zorn, Mark, you having some technical issues here?
It's the Super Bowl game all over.
Oh, Jesus. Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Oh, geez. Is this all being recorded? Yeah. Mark, you gotta start your stuff over. You sound like a cross between Alvin and the Chipmunks and Kenny South Park right now. Hold on. Yeah. You sound like somebody's beating off a chipmunk. Maybe he saved up enough tokens. Who knows?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, there it was. Your outtake of the year, Mark. Congratulations. You have anything to say?
Well, I'm shocked. Actually, now I should go back into squirrel speak, but I'm very surprised. I gotta say, it's like what's great is how I get, of course, hear you guys fine, and then what I forgot about this is after I came back to normal for the recording, what I did is I went up to the sound pack and I realized I put it on a female voice and I had to put it off the sounds deactivated from that. So there's, but see, I know, but that what funnier still is that, I mean, that clearly wasn't like even a audible voice.
Female chipmunk, apparently.
But it won me an award.
It could have been one of the Chipettes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So, but it did win me the award.
It did. Congratulations for having outtake of the year.
Thank you. That will comfort my stones.
Yes, congratulations. And, well, folks, what can I tell you? There it is. That concludes the 6th annual 12-Man Fan Jam Show Awards. Oh, what a wonderful, great group of people. What a great show. And we finished right on time, as usual. Let's take a little break here. We'll change into some less formal attire, and we'll return with the second half of your Season 6 finale of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Holy shit, it's the third quarter.
Yes, the second half of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Hey, you! Yes, you watching the Los Angeles Rams punt again. Like, share, and subscribe to the Seahawk Positivity YouTube channel. Join our Facebook group, 12-Man Fan Jam Show. Do it now. Before the Rams punt again. Oh, no, they did. All right.
There we go.
Quick disclaimer here before we start the second half. We have a halftime trivia that we do every year, and we do it at halftime. Duh. That's why it's halftime trivia.
Good time for it.
Yeah, good time for it. And as I totaled up for this year, for this season 6, we've had 24 contests. Mike Pascal won one. Chris Cheney from News Hawk Talk, he won one. Mark, you won 2. Will, you won 2. And just like last year, Matt and Dustin tied. So, they both tied at 9. In fact, not only did they tie at 9, when I tallied it up, they were tied at 8. We had 2 left. Matt won 1 and Dustin won 1. So, just like last year, episode 701 will crown the 6th season trivia champion between Matt and Dustin. So you're going to stay tuned for that coming in about a month from now, about the middle of March, episode 701. The final part of really the 6th annual 12-Man Fan Jam Show Awards that has yet to be given out, and that is the trivia champion, the halftime trivia champion. So, Dustin, you better start look up your mascots.
Yeah, I have a feeling Matt won by the end of it, but I was strong at the beginning.
Yes, it's very true. Yes, it's very true. You won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 11 coming out.
Wow.
And then Matt won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the last 11 going out. So, so you guys will have to episode 701. We'll have a special halftime trivia, which is just you guys, and it'll be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and
Moses,
talk about. Yes.
You need to have one for those two, and then they need to have one for me and Mark to determine which one is the big loser.
Battle for third. The battle for third place. The third place.
Like a round robin tournament or something.
I'll do like 2 questions with you guys.
Right, but
pick a number between 5 and 7. See what you get.
Well,
8.
But just like a prop bet, the over under for me on trivia wins was 1.5. So I did cover.
Yeah, you covered.
There you go.
You did say that.
I do something crazy like how many fingers am I holding up?
What am I thinking of right now?
69, dude.
All right. Well, let's get to the third quarter. Third quarter, we are going to play a game called Yay or Nay.
Nay.
Or nay.
Yes, yay or nay. Here's how you play yay or nay. I give the topic to the posse, and they tell me yay, or in other words, I think this will happen, or nay, no ways it's going to happen. You're full of garbage. All right. First topic for yay or nay is this, and we'll start with Dustin. Dustin, Frank Clark will be in a Seahawk uniform opening day in 2019. Yay or nay?
Yay!
Yay!
I'm excited about that.
Yay, but on the franchise tag.
All right.
Yeah.
Mark?
Ditto. Same.
Yeah, I'm going to say yay too. I think yay's across the board on that one.
Yay.
Well done. Well done.
Mark
number 2, we'll start with Will. Will.
I know.
Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner will both have new contract extensions before training camp in July. Will. That's a tough one. Nay? Zordy?
Nay. That's awfully quick. It's only 5 months for both of them. So, yeah, I think nay.
Dustin?
I think I'm on the nay bus as well. I just don't think it works out that way.
Wrong! I say yay! I'll tell you why.
Hope you're right.
I know you hope I'm right, but I know you're probably being more realistic than I am here. But here's the thing.
This is a positivity channel.
It's a positivity channel. So, Carroll and Schneider, let's face it. Carroll and Schneider, when they see what they want, they go at it aggressively. They get it done. They know what they want here. They know they want these guys. They don't even want to think about getting it. They just want to get this over with and move on. So I think they're going to be aggressively going at Russell and Bobby to get this thing done. I hope. Anyway, we'll see. All right. Will, yay
Yay.
or nay? Well, this one's going to hurt. Earl Thomas will be an all-pro safety next season. Earl Thomas will be an all-pro safety next season, Will. Yay or nay?
I'm going to say nay. There's a chance he could be a Pro Bowl safety, but I don't know if he's going to go all the way up to all-pro.
Oh, all right. What do you think, Statsman Mark?
I'm going to say nay as well. I think for him, just having a good year, just playing all 16 games is like a goal for wherever he is.
Yeah, good. Dustin?
I'm going to say yay, and this coming from a medical point. I don't think he's going to, for him to break his leg in that same spot again, the odds would just be astronomical. And seeing as how he didn't play most of this season and a good portion of the season previous, his body has to be pretty well rested, I would say.
Okay.
Other than the broken leg.
I'm going to say yay also for a couple reasons. First off, the Pro Bowl anymore for me has no meaning because it's a popularity contest. People vote. When America votes, we can't vote on anything, right? So, voting on all pros has just kind of soured that. Or voting on Pro Bowls has kind of soured that for me. But the all pro is recognition. If he's going somewhere that like a Dallas or somewhere where he's going to, and of course when it happens, it's going to be news everywhere. Earl Thomas signs with whoever, so everyone's going to be watching him. So if he plays even Pro Bowl caliber, they're going to elevate it because look at what great he did outside of Seattle if he's outside of Seattle or whatever. So I think he will get the All Pro nod, but we'll see. And finally, Dustin, this is an interesting one. The Seahawks will use a first-round draft pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. Yay or nay?
Let's see. We're probably we don't have very many draft picks. I'm going to say
no. We don't.
They'll trade back. They're going to trade back at least once, probably twice to get out.
Are we not? I think we're 21. Is that right, Will? 21.
Something like
21.
That.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're only 10 away from the end. You're going to say no. They're going to drop out. Will?
I'm going to say yay, although they will trade down into the last part of the first round.
Okay. Fair enough. Statsman Mark?
I'm going to say nay and say that they get as much as they can for that drop down to the. Do we have a second rounder currently?
No, we do not.
Okay, so that's I think they'll drop down to that, but it might take a few moves. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think Will's right. I think around the 30s is where they'll get the first pick. It could be the early 30s, 30, 31, 32, or 28 or something like that. I don't know. I think they will try to trade to move down to get more picks. We'll see. I'm going to say yay. I think it's going to surprise people. Oh my God, we have a first round pick, but I think we're actually going to use it. So we will see. So that was our yay and nay, and now it's time to go to that fourth quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter, bitches.
All right, folks, here it comes. Our last quarter of this season. Our final goodbyes and thank yous for the sixth season coming up next. You are listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, where your dreams come true if they involve hearing a lot of Seahawk fans laughing at childish jokes. We'll be right back after this break.
Hello everybody, this is Statsman Mark, and when I'm not listening to Charo's greatest hits on 8-track tape, I'm listening to the 12-Man Fan Jam Show.
Holy shit, it's the fourth quarter!
Well, here we are, the final quarter of the sixth season finale of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, and it's time to take a look back and give our final thanks and our goodbyes to the season as we get ready for the seventh season. Our seventh season will start about May 8th or 9th, or I mean March 8th or 9th, somewhere around that time.
I was going to say, wow, we got a lot of time off.
We're going to take a little month off here and take a little break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk. We have the draft, we have free agency, we have all kinds of fun stuff coming up in the off season. So, and we always have a show usually about once a month over the summer before the season kicks back in. So just to kind of keep things going. So we will still be around, but it is the end of the sixth season, and it's time to say our sixth season goodbyes and good lucks and thank yous. Dustin, you want to go first? You got anything to say?
Yeah, that's stuff to say.
Stuff that you can't say?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right, so a lot of times with this stuff, thanking people like in your life and stuff like that, like, hey, I love enjoying this experience, you for doing this and that. But this year, honestly, I want to thank the Seahawks for taking a couple chances this year and doing things a little differently and making the experience a lot more fun. I love the fact that they drafted Shaquem. We talked about that previously. How I have twins, and it was awesome to have twins on the team now that they look up to and watch and love. They both have Shaquem, and they each have a jersey of one of the twins. I love the fact that they went through and got rid of some of the headaches that were there and brought in a bunch of young talent and made the team fun to watch again. Because this year we didn't have to deal with the political stuff. We didn't have to deal with the arguments and all the things that make football not fun to watch. We got to just enjoy football again and watch it come together like organically, and saw what great coaching and a great attitude can do. And I thank them for making the decision to do that. I enjoyed everything about this year.
I agree. Well said, Dustin. Very well said. Shadowhawk Will, you got some thank yous and goodbyes you'd like to say?
Well, I'd like to do a quick shout out to the person who goes to the most games with me, my dad. He usually does about 3, 4, 5 games a year, every year, and it's fun way to spend time with him. He and I have seen some pretty crazy games together, including both the recent NFC Championship games. Beastquake. He still says he feels sore from me pounding on his shoulders when Lynch broke that run. He may be exaggerating. I don't know. And yeah, he got to see a couple good ones with me this year too. So it's one of my favorite parts of being fortunate enough to go to games each year is Dad being able to go to a bunch of them with me. So really glad that he can still do that.
That's awesome. Well done.
It creates a lot of great memories.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
What about you, Sassy Mark?
Well, it was just as Dustin was mentioning. I'd like to thank the team, because of course this wasn't shocking, but I did not predict playoffs for this group. And it was such a relief just to see the team come together, a whole lot quicker. I've mentioned before in other shows. What they did this year, I thought would take until next year.
Sure.
And there's still work to be done, but it was a really good year. Football came, I think for all of us, football was back this year in terms of, again, the political noise and then just everything going on in the locker room. Pete did not look happy, and it took me until this season in his press conferences to see the comparison. But last year was noticeably just a rough year. And so this, I'm just glad the team, thankful to the team that they purged, some personalities that I just think needed to go, if for no other reason, because, production standpoint, it's probably going to dwindle. But, there's new leadership in the locker room, and it's an exciting group. And it was a heck of a draft. I mean, that's where it really, we had a great draft. And
we did.
And so, that was the start of it. And it was just a great season. It was just a relief to, the main focus was football again. And this team is right in the thick of it for, next season.
Yeah. Well done. Okay. Well, I guess it's me. First off, I'd like to say that, we do this. None of us get paid for this. And, we sacrifice an hour out of our Fridays for this. And for those of you that do that, I will be forever grateful for taking an hour out of your Fridays and talking Seahawk football with me on here and making this show. It's a labor of love for all of us. And there aren't other people I'd rather do this with than the posse that we have here. All 4 of you are just spectacular people and great Seahawk fans, and just a lot of fun to talk. Just a lot of fun just to hang out on a Friday and talk about Seahawk football with, and record it and then put it out there, and other people listen. If you listen, I appreciate it. We do truly love making this, and we do it for free, and we try to be amusing and informative most of the time. And if you've ever smiled or grinned, I want to thank you for that. If we've offended, our deepest apologies. Except
I would also like to thank them for that.
Yeah, like they've had to.
You have to listen to get offended.
This season, when I got to Seattle, I got to go to Seattle game with my son. A very touching moment in the Chiefs game where we shared a moment at the end of that game I mentioned, and I'll never forget that. And that was made possible by some dear close friends of mine, Neil Kiltman Hart, Elizabeth Bernard. There's so many people. I could go on and on. A while ago, I met Neil about 17 years ago, and he's like, you need to come out for a game. And it was always a dream of mine, but finally in 2004, I made my first trip out to Seattle. It was like a bucket list thing. And I've been going back ever since because of him. And it stopped being, at somewhere along the lines, it stopped being, I can't wait to get to the Seahawk game. And it started being, I can't wait to see my family and friends again, which you guys out there, all of you, including the people on here, you're like family. And that means a lot to me. It's become more of a family trip and less of a Seahawk trip. But the game is nice to go to do. But,
Yeah.
But and so I have him to thank for that, and I have all you to thank for sacrificing your Fridays for an hour and talking Seahawk football with us and adding to the show. Everybody on the show just adds so much humor and information and opinions, and it really is. I would take this show with anybody who gets paid to do this, and I would take this show against any of them. But we're not here for that. We're here just to have a lot of fun and talk about Seahawk football. So thanks to everyone who listens. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you listen to the 7th season. If you're new to this show, thank you. Okay, welcome aboard. Join us on the Facebook page because we do a lot of fun stuff on there. I'll try to do even more on there in the off season. But it's just a fun little hobby that we all have, and I think it's been a great year for us. So hopefully next year will be just as much fun. And unfortunately, at this point, looks like it's time to bring another wonderful and amazing 12-Man Fan Jam Show season to a sad close. We're so glad you decided to waste some of your football time with us. We certainly hope you laughed a little. Maybe you learned a little something. What did we learn this year? Well, we learned that Dustin's grandma loves drag bars.
Yeah,
she does. We learned that Dustin is just a couple of pizzas short of being a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Who knew? But there it is. Statsman Mark. We learned that Statsman Mark. He has a special affinity for a certain sound.
Yes.
The Brady Bunch Tiki sound. And he does a great Richard Dreyfuss and Alvin the Chipmunk. Who knew?
There you
go. Will, we learned that Will and trivia. Will, you never get a football question.
Yeah, but we knew that.
And you always have big plans for George Fant, and that's always great. And Matt from
Jet
Merry
sweep,
Old England.
I'm telling you, 2019, it will happen.
The jet sweep. Matt from Merry Old England, he just cannot function without tea. When he runs out of tea, he cannot function. So, typical English. And we also learned from Matt from Merry Old England that sometimes he all he gets is the tip in the interview. But for me, I'm still going through puberty, and I'm never ready, ever, for this show. So, on behalf of my partner in crime, Matt, Newshound Shadowhawk Will, Statsman Mark, Dustin as the Beaver, Roger Goodell, Mozet, Little Mo, Mike Pascal, Mark, Ty Turner, Jose, Johnny Manziel, Jim Bob Cooter, Sheila McRae, Art Carney. This is Moses saying until next time, as always, go Hawks!
Go
Hawks!
Go Hawks! I thought we were going to have a cliffhanger, like who shot Statsman Mark or something.
Oh, there we go. Well, I would have a suspect list for you, but it's like 15,000 names long with all these models, so I'm not sure how to break it down.
Wow, that is a lot of coins.
Well, that makes it more suspenseful.